These are the 5 best MITER saw stands worth your money in 2026. To land on these 5, I ruled out plenty that wobble under a heavy 12-inch sliding saw or that hold 500 pounds on paper yet flex the second you cut long trim. They're not all built for the same guy. Some fold light for one-person truck loading, some roll over rough job sites, and one supports material way out for long stock. Depending on your saw and workspace, a different one fits, and by the end, you'll know which. Let's get into it. Starting off at number 5, the Makita WST06 folding miter saw stand. This one earns its spot on portability. It's built from tubular aluminum and tips the scale at just under 34 pounds, so one person can load it into a truck without wrecking their back. And it has large, solid rubber wheels with a side handle, which means you tilt it and roll it around the job site instead of carrying it. On gravel or over a threshold, those bigger wheels matter. The frame holds up to 500 pounds, and the supports pull out past 100 inches. For most trim, decking, and framing lumber, that's plenty of outboard support to keep a board from sagging into the cut. If you're regularly running very long crown or full studs, you'll want an extra roller stand out past the end. This is built compact first, not for the longest stock on the market. What I like for real work is the tool-less mounting. The brackets clamp your saw on and off with levers. No hunting for wrenches, so setup and breakdown stay quick. Here's the one thing to check before you buy. Makita states it fits all their current miter saws, and that's the safe bet. If you run a DEWALT, Bosch, or Metabo saw, confirm your base matches the mounting pattern first. It's a strong pick, but it's a Makita first stand, not a guaranteed universal fit. If this is the one that fits your setup, the link is in the description. Now, if it's the price that's driving your call, number 4 is the one I'd point you to first. At number 4, the BORA Portamate PM4000, and this is the one I'd point a budget-minded buyer to first. Here's the pitch. It's a folding steel stand that carries up to 500 pounds, fits saws all the way to 12 inches, and still weighs a bit over 20 pounds. So one person folds it, throws it in the truck, and sets it back up without a second set of hands. For the money, that combination is tough to top. What buyers keep coming back to is how steady it feels under load. The tubular steel frame doesn't flex or wobble mid-cut, even with a heavy sliding compound saw bolted on. And people cutting long deck boards say the extension arms hold the stock straight for those 9 and 10 foot runs, so nothing sags off either end of the blade. That's the whole job of a stand, and this one does it. A lot of folks admit they were skeptical going in, figuring something this affordable would feel cheap. The pattern in the feedback is the opposite. It shows up sturdier than the price suggests, and more than a few say they wish they'd bought it sooner. Now, 2 things to check before you commit. First, the working height sits around 41 inches. Taller guys find that comfortable, but if you're shorter or you're doing long cutting sessions, measure it against your ideal bench height first. Second, it's a universal mount, not a drop-in for every saw. Some saws need a set of bolts from the hardware store and a little clamp fiddling to sit dead secure. Nothing dramatic, just plan for a few extra minutes on some models. One more thing to be clear about. This is a carry and fold stand, not a roll-around cart. There are no big wheels here, so between the driveway and the garage you're lifting it. Light enough that it's not a problem, but set your expectations there. If this one fits your saw and your back, pricing and details are in the description. And if that lifting between the driveway and garage is the part you'd rather skip, the next one puts the whole thing on wheels. Moving to number 3, the DEWALT rolling miter saw stand. This is where the list changes gears. The last 2 you fold and carry. This one you roll! The whole pitch is mobility without the lifting. It rides on wide rubber wheels, so a heavy 10 or 12 inch saw travels between the truck and the job site instead of riding on your back. And when you're done, it stands up vertically to reclaim floor space in the garage. Setup is the other selling point. The pneumatic assist raises and lowers the saw through 3 positions, so you're not deadlifting the whole rig into place. The mounting rails adjust to fit just about any saw brand, which means you bolt yours on once and leave it there. What buyers keep coming back to is how stout it feels. The tubular steel frame handles up to 300 pounds, and people running big sliding saws notice very little shake while cutting. That steadiness is what gives you a clean cut. A couple of things to flag, though. The outfeed arms are the weak spot. They hold fine for trim and shorter stock, but past 8 feet or so, they feel flimsy, so plan on a roller stand or a sawhorse for long lumber. And the cable-operated lock can stick going up or down. It still does the job, just not the perfectly smooth lift the marketing implies. One more note. At around 67 pounds, this is a rolling workstation, not a light carry. If you can roll it more than lift it, that weight barely matters. It costs more than the folding stands earlier in the list, but you're paying for the wheels and the quick setup. For a pro bouncing between sites, that trade earns its keep. If this fits how you work, current pricing is below. That said, if 67 pounds is more than you want to hoist, Number 2 hands you that same steadiness in a light one-person carry. Moving to number 2, the DEWALT Compact Miter Saw Stand. This is the one I'd hand to someone who wants pro-level stability without hauling a rolling cart around. Here's the pitch. It's aluminum, so it's light enough for one person to carry, but it still holds up to 500 pounds. That beam extends out to support 10 feet of material, which covers most trim and decking runs. And the mounting brackets are universal, so your saw bolts on with the tool brackets and stays put. What stands out to me is how it splits the difference. The 2 folding stands earlier fold and carry. The rolling one hauls weight, but asks for real muscle to lift. This lands in the middle. Compact, light, and steady under a heavy 10 or 12-inch saw. Buyers keep circling back to that steadiness. It locks in and stays flat while you cut, even with a big sliding compound saw mounted up top. And the non-marring feet mean your material won't pick up scuffs sliding across the supports. For a stand you fold and stow in a tight garage, that combination is what earns its keep. The downside is baked into the name. It's compact. If you're regularly cutting very long crown or full-length framing lumber, DEWALT makes a longer heavy-duty version built for exactly that. This one's tuned for portability, so plan a roller stand out past the end for the really long stock. For everything shorter, the support is plenty. It asks for a bit more money than the folding stands lower on the list, but you're paying for the aluminum build and the quick tool less setup. For a serious do-it-yourselfer or a contractor moving between a garage and a job site, that trade makes sense. If this is the one that fits your setup, pricing and details are below. And that leaves number 1, which took the top spot on a number no other stand here comes anywhere close to. Taking the top spot, the Bosch T4B Gravity Rise Stand. If the rolling stand earlier gave you mobility and the folding ones gave you a light carry, this is the one that pulls the best of both together. Here's the whole idea behind it. You tilt it back, the legs fold under, with gravity doing the work, and you wheel it off on big rubber tires, with the saw still bolted on. To set up, you lift, and the legs drop into place. No cable lever, no deadlifting the rig. That's the Gravity Rise, and it's genuinely clever. The number that puts it over the top is material support. It handles up to 18 feet of stock, which is more outboard support than anything else on this list. For long crown, deck boards, or full framing lumber. That's what keeps a board from sagging off the end mid-cut. And there's a telescoping leveling leg, so on a sloped driveway or a rough job site floor, it still sits flat. What buyers keep circling back to is how it holds up over the long haul. People who've owned it for years say it's still solid and stable, sets up in seconds, and hasn't loosened up. When that same comment shows up from folks who bought it years apart, I'll buy that. It's the mark of gear built for real work. The rapid release mounts get a lot of love too. Your saw clamps on and off fast, and plenty of owners call that mount system one of the smartest parts of the whole stand. A couple of real compromises, though. This thing is heavy. With a big 12-inch slider up top, it's a lot to hoist into a truck bed, so it shines most if you roll it more than you lift it. And a few people note the extension arms can sag a touch at full reach, so for dead-level support on the longest boards, keep a separate support under the far end. One more thing worth a look. The mounts are broadly compatible, but not truly universal, so check your saw's hole pattern first, especially on older or off-brand saws. It's the priciest stand in the video, no way around that. But you're paying for the Gravity Rise frame, the wheels, and a build people trust for years. For a pro or a serious DIYer who moves a heavy saw and wants to buy once, that math adds up. If you want a closer look, it's linked in the description. Now you know which ones actually deliver, and which ones are mostly marketing. If price is driving your call, number 4 holds 500 pounds without wobbling. If you want pro stability and a light one-person carry, number 2. And if you move a heavy saw and want the most material support, number 1. Amazon prices go up and down. Check them in the links in the description.